Hello everyone and welcome to this new video. Today we're here for F1 Esports Challengers round 3 around Imola. Right now rounding off our first lap in Q3. We went through Q1 and Q2 quite easily on the intermediate tires. So yeah, we just finished our first run. The track was pretty wet as you can see, 16-2. And before this race my PB was 14-2-1. 9 I think, so low point 2, which is very good. My PoE was yeah, probably the strongest out of all the tracks on this calendar. So yeah, but the track hasn't fully dried up yet, so let's see what we're going to be able to do. Into turn 1, braking at the curb starts, 5th gear, staying in 5th throughout turn 2. Pretty nice first through corners it looks like. Now heading into the chicane. If you'll notice, chicane left, right, short shift to 5th, pretty nicely as well. But there, the split is only a 192, so this does show that I think the track hadn't really fully dried up yet. Felt quite good, but it wasn't fast. Now into the left-hander, not taking that much speed, but it was pretty clean. So yeah, I don't think we lost a lot of time with that. Now into Aqua Minerale, short him to 5th. We did that quite nicely actually. It's looking like a good lap, but we're going to look at the split. It's a 942, which is not good at all. Now for the chicane, we do the chicane pretty nicely, I'd say. Not anywhere near perfect, but good enough for a quali run. As we're now heading into the final 2 corners, hitting that apex nicely. Final corner a little bit wide, but we carried some good speed, so yeah, it looked like a pretty good lap. Now we're going to see the lap time, and it's only going to be 891, which does show that the track, I don't think it has fully dried up yet, although Asicom goes faster, and yeah, I think we just lacked a little bit of confidence in these conditions. We went out early because in the pit lane the game said that the track was getting slow, so we went out a little bit earlier, which was a glitch in the end, but yeah. P7 on the starting grid, which isn't bad, but it's not great. So we're around the top 6 where we want to be finishing every week. So let's see if we can make up any positions in the race. So now it is 5 red lights, and away we go. Black box to the right of us starting on the mediums, obviously getting a better start, already getting past Legendary. So now I didn't have a very good start, and Ray's already alongside me going into turn 1. Ray's trying to go around the outside of me. He's obviously my teammate, so it's going to be crucial with pit stops to stay ahead. And he gets squeezed a little bit on the apex of turn 2 it is by Legend, so we were able to go around this outside and keep the position. As Black Box is obviously now on this medium tire, as you can see already Asicom defending there, because Black Box was doing everything he could to make overtakes early on in this race. He's now into this left-hander again trying, but he just can't make the move stick. You can see a few people have gone for the medium tires because rain was scheduled in the middle of the race, so if the rain came down early enough, then the mediums were actually a very good strategy because you could make up positions and then go to the intermediates. And we'll see if that strategy is going to work when the rain is going to fall. Now rounding off the first lap, we haven't lost anything, haven't gained anything. It's just all about settling in now. In the practice as well, my race pace was really good, but it's just so difficult to overtake. You'll see in this video. So we're going for a move on Legend, we're using a battery, we're getting a little bit closer, but it's just not going to be enough. You just need to be so far alongside into turn 1 to make a move, and that just isn't worth it to use all of your battery to do so, and you probably won't even make it, so that's why I stopped using my battery there. Now again, turn 2, same place as the last lap. Black Box is going to go for an overtake on Asicom. He's trying to use these mediums to the maximum. He goes to the inside here, gets turned in a little bit, has to back out and loses a little momentum, which makes Legends go side by side with him now into Aqua Minerale. Obviously not able to stick around the outside of Aqua Minerale, so Black Box stays in position. And Asicom also stays in position, and the train hasn't been split up yet. At the front, the Nurko was pushing, and I eventually made a bit of a gap. So very frustrating because I knew how good my race pace was. Yeah, this was by far the best track in terms of race pace and quali pace, both considered. In practice, I was doing with Legend and Rowan, I was just capping them so easily out of the DRS. So yeah, very frustrating position for me to be in this race. And yeah, I'm sure I would have been able to stick in the DRS, maybe not win. I don't know how good the Nurko space actually was, but yeah, I think we could have been in the fight, but we messed up quali. As there you can see, Legend went around the outside of Black Box, and this is my opportunity as well to go for a move. He's flashing, we're going to use our battery into the field if you can, we're going to go around the outside. Yeah, this move was just crucial for this race. You can see it's raining, so Black Box's mediums have bred quite a bit. And now Legend was finally able to go for the move, and I was able to capitalize on Black Box's that exit. Also using my ERS that I had saved up, and Black Box didn't have any, so yeah, this is good for our race. This was a very important overtake, because this means that we've gained a position and we're not gonna have to overtake anymore when it gets to the intermediate tires, which in the intermediate conditions you might know it's very difficult to overtake. As again over the chicane I got a big snap, I had a few times this race. I was a bit scared that Ray was maybe gonna go for a move, as I really need to stay out of him because he's my teammate and he's gonna have bits of priority, so it's so crucial for my race that I stay ahead, so we're gonna use a bit of a battery to make sure we stay ahead. And Ray isn't able to make the overtake. As this might be the lap that everyone is gonna go into the pit lane, because the track is getting wetter and wetter and it's going quite quickly. Track right now felt pretty dry, but it was also getting a little bit slippery, as we're just waiting for the game for either Jeff to call us in or maybe the DRS to disable, because that's usually where you'll be wanting to go onto the intermediate tires when Jeff calls you in, or yeah, DRS gets disabled. So we're waiting for that to happen. As actually the DRS gets disabled now, so that's a sign to everyone that it's probably going to be intermediate conditions. So you'll see at the end of this lap, you still need to stay ahead of Ray because he's attacking me now, going into the split stop phase. He wants to be ahead so he can be the first onto the intermediate tires. I'm using a bit of my battery. As this lap, everyone is going to want to go into the pit lane because of that message that we just had on the screen, the DRS being disabled. So you'll see, coming on the exit of the final corner, everyone's going to come into the pit lane. And I actually think I should stay out for another lap. I think the track was still dry enough to go for another lap and probably gain time on the intermediates, because the track just isn't wet at all. And very interestingly, Ray goes with me, so he has to double stack, and I think if he would have stayed out, he might have overcut me, and maybe some more people, because you'll see as well on this exit, the track just doesn't look that wet, and I think the drives were still quite a bit quicker actually. So in hindsight, I might have stayed out, but yeah, in this situation when you don't know what's gonna happen, the track can get wet very fast. You don't want to take a big risk when you're in a good position. So yeah, that's why we didn't stay out for another lap. So now we've moved on to lap 29. This is where the track was really starting to get wet. It's actually starting to become full wet conditions now. And interesting to notice that Rowan was actually running a higher wing setup. He went for an intermediate setup, so he's quite a bit higher than me on wings. So he's going to be so much faster for the corners. He's just going to have so much more pace in these conditions, and I'm just going to have to hold on as well as possible, which is very difficult when someone on higher downforce behind you in wet weather conditions, as he's just able to follow you so much more easily than I'm able to follow the cars ahead of me. The only advantage that we do have is that pretty much the only place you can really overtake is turn 1, and to overtaking to turn 1 you have to have good straight line speed, which obviously with higher downforce you lose a lot of straight line speed, so we're gonna have to use that straight line speed to stay ahead of Rowan. As now You can just see how wet it really is. Legend's also getting a lot closer to Asticon now. He's probably wanting to go for a move soon, if he can. But these conditions are just so difficult to overtake in. It's just, as we get a warning. But yeah, it's just, there's no DRS. It's harder to follow. Everyone's running similar downforce levels, so except for Rowan in this particular occasion, but yeah, the wet just makes it so much harder to overtake on the track where it's already pretty much impossible to overtake when you're in a DRS train, and now nobody has DRS, so yeah, we're using all of the battery to make sure we stay out of Rowan. We're gaining a lot of time in the straight, as you can see, because he was running that higher downforce setup, but he's just able to follow so much closer than I'm really comfortable with, so yeah, we're just trying to stay as close as possible to the cars ahead of me, but Rowan is just so fast through the corners, and I was just looking behind a lot because I knew that Rowan was a big threat for me, so I wasn't really focusing on getting overtakes done. I was just focusing on staying ahead of Rowan. Um, as I think at this point the full wets were probably the faster tire, but the pit lane here is just so long that you're not gonna pit and gain 27 seconds in 2 or 3 laps when the intermediates still seem to work decently. So yeah, it's just not worth to pit for those tires, because yeah, the pit lane is so long that you're not gonna gain that time that you lose with the pit stop back. Now going for the penultimate time into the chicane. This time we did it quite nicely, but Rowan also just has so much more traction with his wings, which is really frustrating. Because yeah, when I'm nearing the corners, he's still faster, and when he's nearing the corners, he's just on my gearbox. So I'm doing everything I can, but this is pretty much his final overtaking opportunity. We're gonna use all of our battery, and he's just not close enough. So yeah, this was a very nice moment in his race where I knew that it was gonna be very difficult for Rowan to overtake now. With his higher downforce, it's probably possible for him to go for a move into the next hairpin or another corner, because there's still some pretty heavy braking zones, but it's just not after a long straight. So these are maybe even better opportunities for Rowan to overtake really than turn 1. But yeah, I didn't think he was gonna risk it. We're both in a position where we just need to keep scoring consistent points. As the Nurko is leading this race, then Kian and Kazizel. Kian and Kazizel both didn't score any points so far in this championship, so they're going to gain a lot on the top 6 that haven't performed that well. The Nurko is obviously going to extend his championship lead with another win. And me, Legend, Asicom, Rowan are all just getting a good result to make sure that we stay within this top 6. So on this exit, final opportunity for Rowan, he's not going to be able to go for the move. And it looks like we're gonna finish in P6, so yeah, like I said, the Nurgle wins in second and Kazisol in third. Not at all happy with this race, to be honest, looking at my pace in practice. But it is what it is. We scored again a good result, good enough to stay within the top 6, which is eventually the goal. So yeah, I'll be making more videos on the challenge series soon. And hopefully you guys enjoyed watching this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you like this video. And hopefully I'll see you guys at the next challenges videos. Bye bye.